Good day, everyone. So here we have a new lesson for today, which is writing an argumentative essay the right way. So let's first talk about what are the things that we may need to know or we may need to use in an argumentative essay. Most importantly, our ability to agree or disagree. Again, we are making an argument. Are we agreeing with the topic or are we disagreeing with the topic? So with that, we have what we call the adverbs of affirmation and adverbs of negation. So when you say something that is true, like agreeing with someone's idea, you are expressing affirmation, you're agreeing. To express affirmation, you can use an adverb of affirmation. Examples: yes, definitely, and others. So we have here an example: cases of cyberbullying will definitely increase. So you're agreeing that it will increase as more and more students will be using the social media for information and communication. So the word definitely affirms or agrees to the listener that the speaker believes that cyberbullying will increase. Definitely is therefore an adverb of affirmation. So keep in mind, this is not the only adverb of affirmation. There are lots and lots of adverbs of affirmation. This is only one example. Next is the adverb of negation. So this time you are denying, you are not agreeing with the argument. So negation is simply the opposite of affirmation. When you say that something is not true, like disagreeing with someone's idea, you are negating, denying, and you can use an adverb of negation. So example is, of course, negative words: no, not, So no, that is not the solution. So words no and not are used to negate an idea. They are examples of adverbs of negation. So these adverbs, adverbs of affirmation and adverbs of negation, is really used, or it is commonly used, or they are common in an argumentative essay, since with them it can help them show the readers what you have written, whether you are agreeing or disagreeing in the argument. So here are some other examples of adverbs of affirmation and negation, such as absolutely, truly, both affirmation; no, of course, negation; contradictorily, negation; scarcely, scarce is negative, meaning very little, so again, negation; exactly, obviously, sure are also affirmation. So as you can see, there are very many kinds of adverbs of affirmation and negation. So we don't need to talk about that too much because you already learned this in the different kinds of adverbs. So moving on, we are now the patterns of developing an argument. Yeah, there we go. So, how to develop your argument or an argument? So, to develop an argument, you need to confirm your own position, formulate a claim, and build your case. You must also use evidence, like facts from statistical data, to support your claims. You can appeal to your readers' rational and logical thinking by using your evidence based from gathered facts or research. The convincing power of your argument largely depends on your skill in presenting sound reasoning and evidence. So, in summary, when developing your argument, first of all, you need to know your position. Do you agree or disagree? Then have your claim. After that, create your argument. And in creating your argument, you need to have, of course, something to back you up. Evidences. There are different evidence that can support your argument or your claim. But in the end, no matter how many evidence that you have, the power of your argument to convince other people still depends on how well was it presented with reasoning and with proper evidence as well. Now, here are the basic components of an argument. So, first of all, your claim refers to what you believe is true or good, or whether you agree or disagree. Reason refers to your explanation to support your claim, so your evidences. Your explanation together with the evidence. Next and last is the evidence. So these are the supporting details in which you can get or in which you are basing your explanations. So this refers to details such as a research's and expert's opinion that support your reason and make your claim acceptable. Now, here we have the different patterns. According to McDougall-Littell's, the language of literature, so suggests that the following pattern to organize your argumentative essay. So, reasons for your option. So, the main focus of your argument is only to present your position and reasons. In this pattern, you start by presenting your position or claim on an issue. Then you proceed with a discussion of the reasons and supporting evidence. So of course, it starts with your claim, your opinion, then reason plus evidence, reason plus evidence, reason plus evidence, as many as it takes for you to be satisfied that you are able to state your case or your claim. Now, your opinion can be strong or can be weak depending on the pattern that you used. So, for you to create a strong opinion, the pattern states that what you should do is state your claim first, your explanation, your research, and give additional evidence from other people's opinion. So, evidence refuting reasons for other opinion and showing strength of your opinion. So, the reasons, your reasoning, and the other opinions from other people will back you up, meaning it will make your opinion much stronger. So that is how to create an argument which is quite strong. Now, you will create a very weak opinion if you follow this pattern. So if you start first with an opinion from another person, then you reason out or you explain the reasoning of that opinion, then you add your own opinion. So what will happen is that rather than strengthening your opinion, you're actually strengthening or making the other people's opinion much stronger. Therefore, in this pattern, if you ever create an argument using this pattern, then your claim is much weaker. So, moving on. Yeah. So, now we have the writing process. So, of course, you can't just instantly, boom, you're done with an argumentative essay. So, there are different steps in creating an argumentative essay, not just gathering information, stating your claim, and reasoning out. So we also have the pre-writing. So the pre-writing is when the stage when you are trying to find a suitable matter for you and for your readers. So you are going to create your claim or your thesis statement and gather your data. So usually you won't be able to pick your own preferred topic, but still, in the pre-writing stage, you are still gathering the data. Next is drafting. So in the drafting stage, you need to decide what pattern or technique of developing argument you will use in writing your essay. As you write the three major parts of the essay, so the introduction, the body, and the conclusion, it is important to use persuasive language and to support your opinion with logical reasons, research, studies, statistics, and expert opinions. Using this writing weapon skillfully will make your essay truly convincing. Again, it's not all about the evidence only. It's not all about your reasoning only. It is the perfect balance of your data and your reasoning. That is what it makes to have a very strong argumentative essay. And in the drafting stage, this part is where you start to create those things. Create the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. Yet, it is still not final. Next stage is the revising and editing. So, after drafting the introduction, body, and conclusion of your essay, you need to read and revise and edit it. In this stage, you must be keen at spotting errors in reasoning, unsupported claims, vague or overused words. It is also important to look for errors in sentence structure, spelling, punctuation, and grammatical structures. So in this stage, you are basically trying to correct yourself. Because this happens all the time. After you have finished writing your essay, if you actually take time to reread your own work, you will actually find some errors in your work. So that's why we need to revise it and edit it. So one good way in this stage is for you to actually ask help from another person, because this person can give you a different perspective in your work. Okay, moving on. So again, just to restate it, So the following parts is not only the parts of an argumentative essay. This is the parts of every essay, It is the content is the only thing that changes. So we'll have the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. So in the introduction, this presents your initial claim, gives initial information necessary to develop the argument, and your main idea of the essay. The body, so of course, this contains your reasons and your evidences, your data. Conclusion, so this can provide the restatement of your main claim, and the summary of the argument. So some tips in revising and editing. So read your essay, reread it. Try rereading it after, let's say, 2 hours, 3 hours, once after you have finished your work, because you will have time to cool off, have a different aura, and when you read your own essay, you will be able to look for different errors. Be alert for errors in reasoning. Avoid vague statements that are difficult to prove. Such statements have words and phrases like no one, none, everyone, every time, etc. Develop the supporting material. Look for the key idea in each paragraph. Reread the material supporting each key idea. Add reasons, facts, or statistics if needed. And use precise vocabulary. Replace vague or overused words. Do not repeat, basically, with language that is precise and reflects your strong feelings about the subject. And lastly is evaluate your completed essay based on this criteria. Yeah. Okay. So, we only skim that a bit, ano, because this is essay writing. So, I hope you understand what were the things that I have said. If you have any questions, so feel free to ask, ano. So, that is all. I hope you learned today. So, thank you and